Hello everyone, Joshua with Texas Games bringing you all another first impression video. Today we're going to be looking at the closed beta for Phantom Blade Executioners. Now this is a 2D game that will be a side scroller, which you can also kind of move up and down, or I should say in and out of the screen as well, which you can see here. It does have on-screen display for movement, which you can see here. I'm using a joypad control. It is a combo chain type of game. So if you're really big on combo chain type games where you go in and mash a lot of the buttons either on your screen for your phone, or if you're using an emulator like me, you're just going to be going in trying to do as much damage as you possibly can, while of course running around the map to avoid oncoming threats. You can jump up in the air, you can stay low to the ground, you can kind of fly across the screen, you can dash like this. So it's, you know, your traditional button smasher type game. Okay, so that's pretty much what you're going to be getting from this gameplay wise, which I will be showing here very soon. Now what I do appreciate with this game is it looks like the entire game is hand drawn, and I love that because hand drawn games are not as common anymore as they once were, and because of that you're getting some really beautiful and fluid animations as well with the 2D characters. I mean, look at our main character's hair just swaying back and forth. Look at the horse over here. Let's go take a look at this horse. So the horse's idle animations are beautiful. It's stomping, it's, you know, swinging its tail around, it's throwing its mane around. It's doing everything. I love it. You see the rain in the background, and when the rain actually hits the ground, it actually makes specks on the ground, showing impact, which is great. That's a nice little attention to detail. The one thing I did notice though is there's no clouds moving in the background. That's one thing that I would love to see added here. It would just add more to the atmosphere of the game. If I could just see those clouds in the background actually kind of swaying around, that would be just incredible. But for what they've done so far, and for the fact that this is a closed beta, from what I'm seeing visually so far, it looks really good. I mean, you got these birds that are kind of just, you know, chirping and moving around. They're swinging their they're flapping their wings rather. It looks very good. You have the other NPC characters, you know, their animations look very good for both of them. I love here too, this is one of my favorite things I've seen so far in this game, is if you actually look, you can see there's a puddle of water on the ground of the character next to the horse, and it's actually showing the horse's reflection. I love that in the characters as well, and you can even see that it's moving around, indicating that it's water moving. The only thing I'm missing from that is there's no ripple effect and there's no splash effect. Well, I guess there is a splash effect. I stand corrected. There is a slight effect there with the character when it's running through it. So the only thing that's really missing is that ripple effect. The clouds need to move a little bit, and maybe those tree branches in the background, those could sway a little bit as well. And then we're talking high level, high detail production right here. And again, it's only closed beta, so they can make those slight little changes, and then, you know, then it's perfect. Then it's gonna look beautiful. I love how the wagon moves as well when the horse moves. Very cool. I love that, showing that it's unsteady. It's not just static in the world, it's actually a part of something that moves. So that's great. And I also love how they actually got the UI attached to some of these elements in the game. Watch this. If we walk up here, now we have our costume, our gear, our skill, and our a map for the story. Go over here to this NPC. We have training, story, tutorial, inventory. If we go over here to this birdhouse, we have friends, mail, journal, and quest. Timed events. And then down here, if we go to this character, we just have an NPC interaction. If you want to try and speak to the character and get some dialogue. Now this game also features voiceovers for some of the dialogue as well, which is great. It has some cutscenes for story. And again, this is going to be one of those high speed impact type of combat where you're going to be going in and trying to chain together a lot of combos. You can also utilize different skills, upgrade your skills, upgrade your character, slap gear onto your character, and a lot of other assortment of things that you're going to usually get in a standard RPG. Those elements are in the game. I also love that the game stays within itself when it comes to the theme of the game. It doesn't try to go too far in any one direction. It stays pretty consistent all the way through. This game is about assassins, essentially ninjas, and the entire UI and the storyline, the character designs, they all stay within that, which is fantastic, and I love that and I appreciate that. So I want to thank the developers so much for doing that, because sometimes games try to go a little bit too far in one direction or the other, and it gets a little bit convoluted, a little bit of a mess, if you will, and there's no consistency. At least in this game so far, I'm seeing that, and that's great. And before we do the gameplay, I just want to say I will be giving you my final grade out of 10, as I always do at the end of the video. Usually I say that in the intro, and I completely forgot, so I do apologize. But anyways, now that we've kind of went over a few things, let's go and show you guys some brief gameplay, and then we'll talk about some of the other things that there is available right now in the first impression. I'll give you my final grade, and then we'll get out of here. If you guys like these types of games, let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more first impressions, don't forget to subscribe. So let's go ahead and do a map here. Let's go here. All right, so we're in a new location. So Requiem's Corner, and we got some gear drops here. These are the enemies we're going to be fighting. Talks a little bit about the enemies and what they do. Again, I love the whole hand-drawn aspect of this game. It looks very, very well done. Go ahead and start. It's going to cost 6 stamina. Break the barrel, and you will be surprised. Break the barrel. And again, these little cutscene effects, I love it. And again, it's all hand-drawn. It's within the concept of the game. The theme is all there. There's a lot of, you know, they have a lot of culture thrown into this game. And again, I appreciate it. And this is one of those games, if you like story, you're probably going to want to pay attention to the story. You're probably going to want to listen to the characters, follow the characters, even the other characters that aren't, you know, on screen that often. And, you know, it's just one of those types of games, you know, combo, you know, one of those combo chain type action RPGs. And then it's very story driven on top of that. So again, if you're one of those types of fans of these types of games, you're going to love this game. And hopefully you all appreciate the hand-drawn aspect of it as much as I do. Maybe some of you even appreciate it even more. We're going to see some combos here. See there. You got to be very careful, because if you're not like, yeah, I just messed up there. You can actually go in and out of the screen. And what I mean by that is you can basically essentially go up and down. So if you're not careful, you can completely miss an enemy if you're in front of them or behind them. So keep that in mind, because you can go up and down there. Very interesting. All right, so let's go to the next area. All right. Got a little mini boss here. It looks like the fight. Okay. Sorry if you guys hear a bunch of button smashing. It's just one of those types of games. And what's really cool, we'll show later on, is they have a training mode in this game where you can actually hone your skills. We must be missing. Oh, it's over here. Where you can actually hone your skills and try to see, you know, utilize the best amount of damage as you can in a 60-second period, which is very, very interesting. I would love to see a lot more games do that. What is this? Question mark? Enter. Interesting. What is that? Is that just going back where we were? That's confusing. And there's an arrow that goes down as well. So we can go down or left. There's like hidden areas in the game, perhaps? I don't know. Just gonna try and explore as much as we can here anyways. Alright. Had to jump out of the way. I was about to get blasted. I am, of course, playing this game right now on BlueStacks. I believe the game works on LD Player as well. Those are my two go-to when it comes to emulators. So the fact that it looks really crisp and clear here on BlueStacks is a good sign. That means if you're an emulator player, you should be okay playing this game. Otherwise, of course, play on your mobile. Alright. Keep going over here and up. Alright. So tap while holding forward to dodge forward. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that was the dodge. Okay. I got you. Okay. Oh. I want a little bit in front of them again. I do that often. I ain't got the hang of it yet. I don't usually play too many of these types of games very much. Because they usually don't, there really isn't that many of them out there that are really that interesting or look that good. This one caught my attention because the visuals were just so good. Alright, so we got a boss to fight here. Oh, we got two, it looks like. Probably help if I lined up right, huh? Revive. Oh, I actually died. Holy crap. That's not good. I didn't realize I took that much damage. I was not paying attention. Probably help if I actually looked up there in the top left, huh? I keep forgetting that first combo chain ability likes to throw me in the air. So I gotta pay more attention to that. See, this is one of those games where you can do some really crazy, innovative things because they give you so many combo options that depending on what skills you use and how you use them, you could probably put together some really good chain combos, which I'm sure a lot of you, if you've ever played like Street Fighter, or if you've played Mortal Kombat, you know, King of Fight or Virtual Fight or anything like that, you probably know all about that and what you can do with combos. And this game is very combo heavy. Let's go over here real quick. There's one more thing I wanted to show you guys before we got out of here, and that is the training. The training in this is very interesting because they have a damage test, a minion, large enemy, a group of enemies, and general practice. Not to mention, they also have a tutorial, one of the most in-depth tutorials I've seen in a mobile game in a long time. Like, look at this. This literally is just insane. The amount of different things that they go in depth on with you, and you can even unlock more as you go. Battle, cultivation, basic. I mean, who needs tutorials, or I'm sorry, who needs guides on YouTube when they go that in depth in the game? That is fantastic. And so if you're going to be a YouTuber covering this game or a Twitch streamer, you're going to be able to skip a lot of those guides and go straight into more of like the immersive things, like where to go to unlock this and that, or how to beat these certain types of enemies. Because all the other basic stuff, they have detailed in-game very well, where everyone's going to be able to kind of go in and follow along and kind of hone their skills and get better. Now, let me show you this training thing real quick before we get out of here. I want to show you the damage test one first. This one is 60 seconds long, and you just basically got to do as much damage as you can in 60 seconds. As you can see, my best is 890, and the timer does not start until you attack the enemy. This enemy just stands there and takes a beating. Now, what's going to be very useful with this is you can actually utilize different skills, different combos, and try and get the best combo that fits for your particular play style. So not any two players will play the same way in this game, which is fantastic. Now, there's going to be a lot more to explore in this game that we're not going to get to in the first impression, but this is definitely a game that I would keep my eyes on because it is very unique. It looks very good graphically. It's got voiceovers, animation, sound effects. Everything is on point. The monsters, the enemies that you're fighting look very cool. The character looks very cool. She looks like Sakura from Naruto, if I'm being honest. She's not as cardboardy, if that makes sense. We'll just try to keep it that. We'll just say that for now. if you know, you know. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead here and see if we can't break our old score. So my old score again was 890. Okay. That was one of my better chains right there, to be honest. Oh, we completely fudged that one up. We got too far behind. Some of these skills, you gotta be careful because there's like a delay on it, and if you push too far, it'll like take you flying front, back, left, or right, like that one just did, and then you'll be completely out of line of fire. So be very careful with that. Right now, we're pushing a pretty good progress here. We're gonna actually probably beat our old score, to be honest. Get a little bit more in tune with where I need to be for the damage. I gotta really start utilizing my dash a little bit more as well. If you double tap when you're moving, you can actually get that up, so it's pretty nice. I was trying to get one more hit in. Okay, so we got 1053. That's my new record. But anyways, you guys get the idea. It is very cool, and you can of course restart that if you'd like, but it's neat. It's neat that they have that in there. So it's like you can literally play this game and master it in your own way. So for me, they definitely are going to get some props for that. Overall score, here we go. Probably going to give this game an 8.5 out of 10. I really like what they're doing here. As we've said a million times, the artwork, animation, it's on point. It's hand-drawn. So kudos to the developers and the artists that put a lot of time. Trust me, I know how long art can take. You're talking hundreds, thousands of hours that were dedicated into putting this game together. So I want to give them credit for that. Now, there's one thing that I forgot to say before we get out of here. Yeah, it was in here. I saw this, and it definitely needs to be fixed because it drives me crazy. Where is it at? It wasn't there. I'm trying to figure out where the menu was that I saw this in. But, there was something that I saw. I think it was costume, maybe. Oh, yeah, right here. If you look at the character's eyes, that needs to be fixed because it's driving my OCD crazy. So if you see the character's eyes right now, it's like, whoa, okay, you know, what's going on there? They're all trippy. They're all over the place. They look a little messy. I don't know what happened there with the animation. Something that they can fix quickly. But the game is in closed beta, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a leeway there. But again, just a little bit of nitpicks here and there. Overall, gameplay looks clean. It's smooth. It works very well, even on a keyboard and mouse. I'm sure it's even smoother if you're using it on its native device of a mobile phone. So overall, again, 8.5 out of 10 for me. Very, very nice. Well done for a closed beta. You know, and I'm sure there's a lot more we can explore in this game. If you guys all enjoy videos like this, you want to see more first impressions, don't forget to subscribe, check notifications, join us in the Discord in the description below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at XSPlays and like today's video, and let me know what you all think. What is your score of this game based on this first impression of Phantom Blade Executioners closed beta? And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.